Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am Rrør Rebila Lawa. First are the major headlines for the world news. Don't blame Buhari for high unemployment rate. Most graduates are not properly trained. Reps to governors. Bulletproof cars won't save you from the wrath of uneducated children. 2023 Chief of Army Staff speaks amidst fears of possible military coup. Terrorists planning major attacks on Army School of Artillery. Nigerian students, NANS moves to disrupt PDP stakeholder meeting. Kidnappers begin several withdrawals from bank accounts of abductees. And to foreign, UN expert tackles Buhari on pension, gratuity of pensioners. And on sports, former Super Eagles coach appointed as coach of Zambia top division. Second sports story, Bayern Munich coach makes honest confession about money. Now the news in detail. Former Abia State Governor and Senate Chief Whip, Senator Orji Uzor Kalu, has asked Nigerians not to blame President Muhammadu Buhari and the National Assembly for the high unemployment rate in the country. According to him, unemployment could be attributed to many graduates that are not properly groomed, just as he stressed that many lecturers do not know what they are teaching in the tertiary institutions, as this has greatly led to the country producing graduates that are unproductive. Carlos stated these when he spoke at the Graduate Skills Training GST program in Abuja on Monday, September 12th. We should not blame President Muhammadu Buhari nor the National Assembly over the high rate of unemployment in the country, which is causing insecurity. I have been a governor, so I know what I'm talking about. Moving to the next story. The House of Representatives ad hoc Committee on Basic Education and Services on Tuesday warned governors in the country to prioritize basic education or be ready to face the consequences. The chairman of the committee, Professor Julius Iwobere, said this in Ilorin, Kwara State capital at the end of a two-day oversight visit to inspect completed and ongoing UBEC and SUBEC projects in the states. According to him, I would like to advise state governments to take basic education seriously in their own interest. Bulletproof cars, dogs, and barbed wire cannot save them from the anger of uneducated, abused, and marginalized children in the consequences. He said no effort will be spared to sanction the states found to have diverted the UBEC grants. There are penalties for states where UBEC allocated critical infrastructure to some state governments but were abandoned. We are amending the UBEC Act so that the UBEC can retrieve such facilities and put them to public use, Iwobere added. The Chief of Army Staff, COAS, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, has assured President Muhammadu Buhari of the Army's commitment to his government and the 1999 Constitution amidst the fear of a possible military coup in Nigeria ahead of the 2023 general elections. Nigerian News report that the COAS has assured that the Army would provide the necessary security assistance to ensure the successful conduct of the forthcoming polls on Tuesday. Yahya's assurance came weeks after the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, while receiving Vice President Yemi Osinbajo in the White House, said it feels very strongly about the need for Nigeria to sustain its democratic rule, to serve as an example to its African counterparts. Kamala acknowledged Nigeria's effort in tackling the democratic backsliding that have been seen in West Africa, adding that the country must remain a bastion of democracy for West Africa. In apparent response to fears being expressed from different quarters about Nigeria's democracy, Lieutenant General Yahya assured that the military will provide a secure environment for the conduct of the 2023 general election through Operation Safe Conducts. From that story to form of insecurity story around Kaduna State. In a moment shortly, if you're just joining, you are watching the world news from BGI TV. Investigative journalist David Udeyin has said that he has been informed that terrorists are planning a major terror attack on Nigerian Army School of Artillery, Kachia, in Kaduna State before the end of 2022. Politics Nigeria report that the School of Artillery in Kachia houses a major ammunition depot in Nigeria. Moving to the ongoing industrial action by ASU, the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has threatened a protest at the venue of the Southwest People's Democratic Party stakeholders meeting in Ibadan, or your state, over the 7-month-old strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities. According to a statement signed by NANS Vice President, External Affairs, Akinteye Babatunde, and Public Relations Officer Giwa Yisate Mitokwe, the move became necessary over the failure of the PDP presidential candidate Abubakar Atiku to solidarize with the students. The statement read, "Our attention has just been drawn to the fact that there would be a stakeholders meeting of the Southwest People's Democratic Party today in Ibadan in preparation for the 2023 general elections. It is of significant note that since the commencement of this industrial action by the national leadership of Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, the presidential candidate of the party has not found it worthy to in any way solidarize with the Nigerian students and lecturers, despite the fact that his strike action is taking its toll on both students and lecturers. Of importance is even the fact that we have not seen or read his blueprint on the educational sector as a presidential candidate. This sends a very bad signal to the generality of Nigerian students that the ruling elites do not have interest at heart and that there is no difference between the PDP and APC.
Amala, amala, awetu. Amala, amala, awetu. Amala, 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 awetu. Education, education must be free. Education must survive. Education, education, education must survive. Nigeria must unite. Nigeria must resume. Our campus, our campus, our campus, our campus must resume.
There have been continuous debit alerts from the bank account of the vice chairman of Isoko North local government area of Delta State, Frank Ozue, who was kidnapped by yet-to-be-identified gunmen. The council vice chairman, Sahara reporters had reported, was abducted late hours of Sunday on his streets where he was said to be returning from an outing believed to be a night clubbing at Ugeli, headquarters of Ugeli North local government area of the state. The number 2 man in the council was reportedly alone in his car as one of the time he was kidnapped and whisked away to an unknown destination. Cyber reporters gathered that several withdrawals had been made with his ATM card by his abductors. On that fateful Sunday night, at late hours, he was returning home from his usual outing, where he was kidnapped by unknown gunmen in the streets and taken away to unknown destination. His phones were left in the car when he was kidnapped. His ATM card is with him, and the kidnappers have made several withdrawals from his bank account. Though we are suspecting that his kidnap happened as a political undertone, there are 2 rival political groups in Isoko North, the Equity Group and the Unity Group, headed by 2 factions of the People's Democratic Party. From that story, we go to the foreign story. The United Nations UN independent expert on the enjoyment of all human rights of older pensions, Dr. Claudia Malley, has called on the federal government to step up efforts in the payment of pension to older persons Mane made the call Friday in Abuja at a meeting on our 12-day experiences in Nigeria to access issues concerning older persons. In my 12 days in Nigeria, I've been to Abuja, Lagos, Ibadan, and Makurdi, where I met with different stakeholders, civil servants, agencies, CSOs, and older persons themselves. My visit was to access the level of enjoyment of human rights of older persons. From estimation in 2050, there might be 25.3 million older persons in Nigeria. You can see there is a huge demographic change. That is why I came to Nigeria to raise awareness, because the demographic change is a global issue. Social protection and pension is an issue. I was informed that many older persons wait for a long time, sometimes for years, to get their pension allowances. From the foreign story, we go to sports story. 7 times winner of the Zambian Premier League, Zanaco FC, have settled for a former coach of the senior national team of Nigeria as a new handler. OnGoalNigeria.com understands. We gathered that the 2021 winners of the league in Zambia have already reached an agreement with former Nigeria under-17, under-20, and the senior national team coach Mmùn to handle the team for the rest of the season. Mmùn is expected to arrive Zambia in the coming days to officially resume as its new base, a move that is seen as a huge coup and also applause for the league as a whole. On his path, Mmùn will be hoping for better fortunes than his last 2 jobs at club level in African continent. From the foreign story, we got to the sports story, and the next sports story is coming from Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich manager Joel Nagelsmann has admitted that forward Sadio Mane still needs time to adapt in his squad. Nagelsmann said this after Mane struggled to make a huge impact in Bayern Munich's Champions League 2-0 win over Barcelona on Tuesday night. Mane did not register a single shot on target and was substituted after 70 minutes, as 2 goals from Lucas Hernandez and Leroy Sané gave Bayern Munich the victory over Barcelona. However, the coach, when asked about Mane after the match, he said, "He is a new signing, he just needs to adapt. He was trying, I'm certain he will succeed for us." He added, "Everything I need to say about Sadio, I will say to him and not in the media." The sport news conclude the world news from BGI TV. Before we go, some major headlines. We brought to you, don't blame Buhari for high unemployment rates. Orji Uzo Kalu. Reps to governors, bulletproof cars won't save you from the wrath of uneducated children. We also brought to you, amid security challenge, Chief of Army Staff speaks amid fears of possible military coup. And finally, on sports, former Super Eagles coach appointed as coach of Zambian top divisional club. For more stories on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page for more updates. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Rrør Prebila Lawa. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.